Good afternoon, ma'am.
Afternoon, ma'am.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, ma'am.
Good afternoon, ma'am. Okay, so I think everyone is here. We can now start our virtual class. Before anything else, may I ask or request everyone to please open your cameras, for we will start our class with a prayer to be led to us by Miss Dolly Stephanie Humento.
In the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit. Amen. Lord, thank you for this day, for the good health, and for the wisdom that you have blessed us. We hope that you will always guide and guard us on all our journey. Please continue to shower us more blessings and keep us away from the fires of hell. This we ask on the mighty name of our Jesus Christ, our Lord. Amen. In the Father, and of the Son, the Holy Spirit. Amen.
Good afternoon, class.
Good
Good
afternoon, ma'am.
afternoon, ma'am.
Okay, so may I ask who are absent today or can't join because of connection problem?
I think no
No
one
one's
is absent,
ma'am.
ma'am.
Thank you for the response, everyone. I'm so glad that you are here today. But let me ask, how is your day?
We're doing great, ma'am.
We're doing great, ma'am.
Good, ma'am.
Okay, so to awaken our minds this afternoon, I am requesting all to participate in our energizer, which I will call as yes, no, stand up. As you can see on the screen, there are 5 sentences, and all you will do is to stand up if your answer is yes, and just sit if your answer is no. Let me start. Are you ready? Please open your cameras, everyone. Okay, so first, are you fond of watching horror movies? Next, do you have wireless radio in home? Third, are you passionate in writing poetry? Fourth, do anyone praises you when you sing? Wow, I can see that you are proud. Lastly, are you interested in reading and watching news? Okay, Alvin. All right, I think your minds are now ready to be filled with another set of new learnings. You can now turn off your cameras if you want to save bandwidth. So to start our discussion, let me first show to you the online classroom rules to be followed, and I am asking Rhea May Doramas to please read the rules.
The classroom rules. The first one is be on time on class. The second one is dress appropriately. The third one is to pay attention. The fourth one is to press the hand button if you have any question or you want to answer, or if there's no hand button, you can open your mic. Number 5, respect and encourage each other. Number 6, have fun.
Okay, thank you for that, Rhea May. So to start our lesson, let us first have a recap on our last activity, last meeting. Okay, so to really know if you listen and understand our previous this discussion about linear and nonlinear text, I will ask two students to answer the question orally, which I will be provided. So the question is, what is the difference between linear and nonlinear text? Give only one sentence. May I call Rainiel Madolio and Monique Makatigib to give your own learning on its differences.
For me, ma'am, linear text refers to traditional text that needs to be read from beginning to the end, while nonlinear text refers to texts that do not need to be read from beginning to the end.
Yes, you're right, Rainiel. How about you, Monique?
As my understanding, ma'am, linear text has only one reading path, which is decided by the author, while nonlinear text has multiple reading paths that are determined by the reader.
Okay, you really proved to me that all of you have understood the last lesson. Now that we are done reviewing, we will proceed to the next topic. Sorry, guys. Okay, so we are now on the interesting part of our lesson. I have here 5 pictures and I want you to give your idea about the visuals given to you. Feel free to think about what you know in each picture and with a follow-up question on what is in the picture that leads you to think of your answers. Okay, so for the first number, yes, Camille?
The first photo, ma'am, is an example of a comic because it contains a sequence of comic strips.
Yes, you're right, Camille. Okay, next volunteer, please. Yes, Jill?
My idea on the second picture, ma'am, is specifically an action movie that typically involve violence and physical feats.
Exactly, Jill. You have the point. The third picture, who wants to answer? Yes, Chini?
The third photo, ma'am, transmits audio or sound to radio receivers belonging to a public audience, which we call a radio broadcast.
Yes, Chini, that's correct. It is obviously a radio broadcast. Anyone for number 4?
Me, ma'am.
Yes, Jericho?
My idea, ma'am, on the fourth picture is that it is a billboard because of its large bulletin used for outdoor advertising space that is meant to target and attract the attention.
Yes, you're right, Jericho. And for the last number,
Zandra, ma'am.
yes, you may, Zandra.
Based on my own opinion, ma'am, the last photo is somewhat a man doing a documentation on something. I think, ma'am, a documentary as a film or television program that is educational and tells us a true story.
Very good, everyone. You really did a great job thinking and analyzing every picture given for you to answer. So those words, the comics, action, radio broadcast, billboard, and documentary are some of the categories of genre. All right. So for today's lesson, we will be learning about genre and discover its categories. Are you ready?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so let's try this activity. I have here different literary cats and I want 5 students to read it loud. Okay, so before that, let us first know the objectives. Sorry for that. Let me ask Rhea May to answer. To read the objectives.
Okay, ma'am. So for the knowledge, identify different material genre by creating a concept map with the use of Canva application. For the skill, formulate the importance of every categories of genre through creating a table consisting its types, visual information, and definition with the use of Microsoft Word. For the affective, appreciate the importance of genre and the different categories of it.
Thank you, Rhea. So I have here different literary cats, and I want 5 students to read it aloud and identify as to what literary lesson you can associate them with. So for number 1, let me ask Rochelle Alido to please read the given and analyze what it is. Rochelle?
Yes, ma'am. The trembling leaves, the smiling sun, the flowers dancing in the breeze. Through reading the literary cat, ma'am, I could associate it with a poetry.
Thank you, Rochelle. Yes, the first category is poetry, and I know that we are very familiar of it. Next, let me call Christine Tolbo.
Yes, ma'am. Once upon a time, there lived a king who had 3 sons, Don Pedro, Don Diego, and Don Juan. I think, ma'am, this literary cat, ma'am, is an example of a short story.
All right, thank you. All right, thank you, Christine. How about the third literary cat? Can you please answer, Jessamay?
Yes, ma'am. So, at the house of the fox, come, have lunch with us. Duck, how nice of you. Thank you. For me, ma'am, this literary cut is an example of a play.
Yes, you're right, Jessa. Let's proceed to the fourth one. May I ask Anna Rose Coronel to sing or just read the given literary cat?
Sure, ma'am. Old Macdonald had a farm, E-I-E-I-O, and on that farm he had some ducks, E-I-E-I-O. I think, ma'am, this literary cat, ma'am, is an example of a song.
Thank you, Anna Rose. Yes, this is a song, and I think you have a nice voice. So it is very common since you have this in your elementary years. So, and lastly, let me ask Elisa Osabel to read and answer the literary cat.
Yes, ma'am. Keep off the grass. With this literary cat, ma'am, I could say that it is an example of a signage.
Yes, you're correct, Elisa. The last literary cat is a signage, since we know that most of these are written through capital letters and it communicates a message concisely. So from it, what have you noticed about their structure? Yes, you can, Anne.
They have different structured, ma'am. The way it has been told, and it is very evident that they differ when it comes to how it is written.
Okay, so from your thought, Anna Rose, which has a point, yes, every categories of genre has different way of writing to really express something, and it's easier for the readers to determine its genre. Now, are you ready to learn more about genre?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
So how did you find the preceding activity? Were you able to find beauty in the world of genre? Definitely. There is always beauty and creativity in the world of art, music, and entertainment. So may I ask Jehan Makahelos to please read what's on the slide?
A genre is a category of the literature identified by form, content, and style. Genres allow literary critics and students to classify compositions within the larger canon of literature. Genre, pronounced as genre, is derived from the French phrase genre meaning kind or type.
Okay, so a genre is a category of literature identified by form. So students may focus on a variety of genres from poetry to prose to nonfiction to playwriting. So genres allow us to classify literature to deem what is appropriate for a certain type of literature and to judge the merit of literature based on its genre. So genre is the most popular category of literature, music, or other forms of art or entertainment, whether written or spoken, audio or visual, based on some set of stylistic criteria, yet genre can be aesthetic, rhetorical, communicative, or functional. It allows students to be creative and have a focus and a specific choice of genre to be utilized. So the development of new genre like media or writing for television, film, websites, radios, billboards, or etc., and the graphic novel or the comic books is expanding or what we considered literature today. So students are likely to patronize these new forms of genre since they vibe with what they want to do. So now let's go to the different description and explanation of each of the categories of genre. So may I ask Lady May Halandoon to please read the first category?
Sure, ma'am. Action and adventure genre or short stories. They involve exciting sequences and obstacles that must be overcome before reaching a goal. There are many different categories of action adventure stories.
Thank you, Lady May. So as you can see in the photo, there are the list of movie genres which can prefer to watch like animation, horror, comedy, musical, war, fantasy, crime, thriller, historical, and so on. Let us now proceed to the poetry. May I ask Jean Palalon to please read what's on the slide?
Yes, ma'am. Poetry, it has taken on numerous forms, but in general, poetry is a genre of literature that has some form of meter or rhyme with a focus based on syllable counts, musicality, and division of lines. It is typically written in lines and blocks of lines known as stanza.
Thank you, Jean. In the picture provided, you can see the subgenres of poetry, the narrative, the dramatic, songs, and ballads, lyric, and epic. So the third type is movie clips. So movie clips is an excerpt from a longer film or one inserted as part of another presentation. And the fourth one, we have documentary. It can be a movie or television program that provides a factual record or report. So the fifth, we have news. News. It is a noteworthy information, especially about recent or important events. So as you can see in the picture, the different news being delivered through the different platforms. So we have newspapers, TV news, radio, and social media platforms, which are a great help to know the happenings in the world. So are you still there, class?
Yes,
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 ma'am.
ma'am.
Okay, I thought you are not listening. Okay, let's proceed to the sixth, the sixth category. We have comic illustration. So it is a sequence of drawings in boxes that tell an amusing story, typically printed in a comic book or newspapers. I know that you are very familiar with comic books and maybe some of you made comics before, right?
yes,
Yes,
ma'am.
ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
So let's proceed to the seventh one, the songs. So these are sets of words intended to be sung. So in songs, we also have its subgenres like the pop, dance, jazz, rock songs, and many more, which we can listen, sing, and dance as well. It depends on what genre we like. So may I request Rhea Maydoromas to please read the number 8?
Yes, ma'am. So number 8, website. It is a location connected to the internet that maintains one or more pages on the World Wide Web.
Yes, I know you are very much familiar with websites since this has been our tool to improve social interaction and communication skills. And with having useful links, it extends the learning experience into the home. Next is the radio. So it is the transmission and reception of electromagnetic waves of frequency carrying sound messages. So, Alvin, what is the purpose of radio, or is radio important?
Yes, ma'am. Radio is very important. And the prime purpose of radio is to convey information from one place to another through the intervening media, for example, air, the space, and the non-conducting materials without wires. Besides being used for transmitting sound and television signals, radio is used for the transmission of data in coded form.
Yes, radio is very important since it conveys messages and informations from one place to another, which is very useful to people, especially those who can't afford to buy televisions. So the last one is billboard, a large outdoor board for displaying advertisement and announcements. So it is typically placed in high traffic areas such as along highways and in cities. So they are seen by the highest number of drivers and pedestrians. Billboard advertising is effective for building brand awareness and broadcasting your business or product or campaign to as many people as possible. So that's the descriptions and explanations for each of the categories of genres. So new genres like media, writing for television, film, websites, radios, billboards, and etc., and the graphic novel, comic books are expanding, or what we considered literature today, with the common short story, play, poetry, novels, songs, video clips, and etc. So again, let me ask Camille Gadingan, what is genre, or your understanding on genre based on the categories we've discussed?
When we speak of genre, ma'am, it is a category of artistic, musical, or literary composition characterized by a particular style, form, or content which allows us to classify compositions within the larger canon of literature.
Yes, thank you, Camille. From your thought, it is a category allowing us to classify different composition within larger collection in literature. So in general, a genre is a classifying tool which allow us to compare and contrast works within the same genre and to study how works broaden or challenge certain genre-based constraints. Okay, so do you have any questions?
None so
None
far,
so far,
ma'am.
ma'am.
If none, then we can now proceed to our activities to really see if you have understand our lesson on genre. Now we will have a group activity. You will be the one who will choose your group members. Just be sure that you are only 5 members in a group. All right, let me present to you the pictures together with its instruction. So identification. Take time to visualize the movie genre on the box. Now study the descriptions and illustrations and write down each genre category. Be guided by the list of categories found in the box. So you are given 5 minutes to answer. So take a screenshot of the categories of genres provided to you. Say, do you have any question regarding on the activity?
None so far.
None so far.
None, ma'am.
If none, you can now communicate to your group members in your group chat. You may now start discussing and answer the activity. And your 5 minutes starts now. All right, since 5 minutes have passed and I know that you are done answering the activity, let us know if your answer is correct. Group 1 first, followed by groups 2 to 5. Group 1,
So good afternoon, ma'am. I am Alvin P. Escomo, and on behalf of Group 1, I will be the one to present our answers in the activity. So for number 1, based on the given picture, I could say that the genre it portrays is action. While on number 2, it's about Western musical, since we can see in the picture there are somewhat like performing a music. And in number 3, it's a musical science fiction. Number 4 is an adventure. Number 5 is comedy or adult. And number 6, documentary. Number 7 is drama. Number 8 is, as we can see, somewhat like it's a family. Number 9 is a horror. And number 10 is a mystery. So that's it for our group, ma'am. Thank you.
thank you, Alvin. For group 2,
Yes. So hi everyone. I am going to present our answer in the given activity. So for number 1, our answer is action, since we can observe in the given photos that violent actions or backgrounds. For number 2 is Western musical. For number 3, musical science fiction. For number 4, the genre is adventure. For number 5 is comedy or comedy for adults. And number 6 is documentary. For number 7, it is all about drama, a Filipino drama. And for number 8, it is family. For number 9, the genre is horror. And for number 10, as we can observe in its title, the genre is mystery. That would be all. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, group 2. How about group 3?
Yes, ma'am. So we have collaborated with our group, and our answers are the following. So for number 1, the genre is action. For number 2, Western musical. For number 3, musical, which includes science fiction. For number 4, it is adventure. For number 5, it is comedy. And number 6 is documentary. For number 7, the genre is drama. And for number 8, family. And for number 9, horror. And lastly, for number 10, the genre is mystery. That would be all, ma'am.
Thank you for the last group. Anyone from the last group?
Yes, ma'am. On behalf of the last group, I will share to you our answers. So for number 1, our answer is action. For number 2, Western musical. For number 3, the movie is entitled Inception, which is a musical science fiction. Now for number 4, which is Home Alone, our answer is adventure. For number 5, Mean Girls, our answer is comedy adult. For number 6, I Am MLK Jr., our answer is documentary. Now for number 7, More Than Blue, our answer is drama. Number 8 is Reply 1988, our answer is family. Number 9 is Metamorphosis, which is horror. And for number 10, from its title movie itself, Murder Mystery. So number 10, it's mystery. Thank you, ma'am.
Wow, great job, class. All your answers in the group got the correct answer, and because of that, all of you will receive 10 points each. Now let's go to our next activity. So our next activity will be done orally. Anyone can answer, or anytime I will call someone. So this is a matching type. So I have here 10 description of genre, and all you will do is to give me an answer which matches the sentence to column B. So for number 1, who wants to answer? Yes, Monique.
Number 1, a kind of writing which is meant to influence the reader. For me, ma'am, it is persuasive writing.
Yes, thank you for that, Monique. Okay, number 2. Yes, Zandra.
A short story with a moral lesson emphasized by animal characters. I think it is a fable, ma'am.
How about number 3? Can you answer, Venija?
Number 3,
one's life story written by someone else. I think, ma'am, it is an autobiography.
Correct. Any volunteer for number 4?
Ma'am,
Yes, Dolly?
it has gods and goddesses and may account for the creation of something. I think, ma'am, this is a myth.
Correct. So how about the 5th one? Yes, Jericho?
For the fifth one, mom, it is made up. It is a made-up story set around a real event or person from history. I think it is historical fiction, ma'am.
Number 6? Yes, Zandra?
It has monsters, magic, or superpowers. Therefore, I think it is fantasy, ma'am.
Correct. How about the 7th one? Yes, Dolly?
For number 7, it has aliens, advanced technology, or is set for the futuristic phenomenon. This is about science fiction.
Kay and Cabo, please answer the number 8.
Okay, ma'am. For number 8, it provides facts or information. My answer for it, ma'am, would be realistic fiction.
Kay Francisco for number 9.
Number 9, it is one's life story written by oneself. I think this is biography, ma'am.
And for the last number, let me call Rainiel.
For the last item, mom, it is intended for children's reading that features fanciful character. The last description, ma'am, I believe it is a fairy tale.
Very good, everyone. Your answer to all the descriptions given are correct, and you really answer it well. Because of that, you will receive another point. So let us now go to our next activity. So for this activity, again, we just have it orally, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. So the question would be, do you think knowing genre is important to you as a student, or how important is knowing genre for you?
Can I, ma'am?
Yes, you can, Alvin.
For me, ma'am, knowing genre is just like knowing how the different aspects and the information of life can be transmitted through different portals, which I, as a student, has a great impact not only in my studies, but also in my real life.
Very good, Alvin. How about you, Liani? What is the importance of the different literary genres in our everyday life?
It is significant, ma'am, because it gives and provides real-time information like the radio, for example. Some that broadcast 24 hours a day can provide the most recent updates to the listeners. Radio has the ability to reach across borders and can become a valuable source of information where reliable news is scarce. In addition, ma'am, some genres like those who are radio broadcasters, actors, writers, and journalists used genres as their source of income and become their profession.
Yes, thank you for that, Liani. And for the last question, let me ask Saki Eliama to answer. The question goes like this. If your life is a movie, what genre are you, or what genre do you like to have?
Taki, ma'am.
Yes?
If I were to choose my own movie genre on my life, ma'am, it would be a comedy. Comedy is a genre that consists of discourses or works intended to be humorous or amusing by inducing laughter. Like this genre, I want my life to always be happy and bring joy to people around me. As the quote says, laughter is the best medicine. Laughing makes us feel good for a reason and relaxes the whole body, relieves tension and stress.
Wow, I'm not expecting that, Saki. I thought your answer would be romantic genre. But anyways, it is true that laughter is the best medicine, and I know that you want to be the medicine to all the people around you. Thank you so much for your participation, Alvin, Liani and Saki. You really listen and understand our topic, that you give your answers based on your life and perspective towards every questions provided to you. Now, another activity is waiting for you. Are you ready?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
This time, I want to know if all of you really put in mind the lesson we have discussed a while ago and know your overall impressions, feeling, and something that surprised you if there is. I will give you 5 minutes to do this and limit your answers to only 150 words. Please send your please send your type answers to our group chat. Following this format, I have learned that I have realized that, therefore, I will. Do you get me?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, your 5 minutes starts now. I think you are done answering since all of you sent your answers already in our group chat, and I have checked a few of it. And reading all your answers seems that you are not just learning in our discussion, but also enjoying. Thank you, everyone. And let us now proceed to the evaluation activity. Okay, so to test if all of you really acknowledge our lesson, I will give you an evaluation, and this should be done individually. So for letter A, we have here, I know that you are very much familiar with Canva, right? So using a Canva application, make or create a concept map showing the different material genre. You can also put its subgenres if there is. Not totally all subgenres, just those that are familiar to you and you know. Do you get what I mean, class?
Yes,
ma'am.
Okay, so this is what you are going to do and make, or you can use any style of concept map you like. Just be sure that it is creative. Your output should be submitted in the Google Drive link provided to you in our group chat, and don't forget to label it with your name. So as you can see on the screen are some examples of concept map in Canva application that you can choose and create. So I'll be showing you and read you the rubric so that you will be guided. So we have here level 1, 5 points, level 2, 6 points, level 3, 7 to 8 points, level 4, 9 to 10 points. So for concepts, we have quantity or quality of words and their organization completeness. So for connecting arrows, times 2, number and quality of connections, level of detail, quality of connections, and linking words. So next is the accuracy and the creativity. A total of 50 points. So are we all good for this? Do you have any questions, clarifications?
none,
None,
ma'am.
ma'am.
All right, since we are all good, then you can now start making the activity. You are also given 5 minutes to make your concept map. Okay, I think everyone is done, and it seems like you are really doing a great job making your concept map creative. Very good, class. So for the next, we have the last activity. So for this, what you are going to do is to create a table consisting the types or categories of genre being discussed, or you can add another type of genre that are not mentioned in the discussion. It depends on you, class. Visual information should be present and a brief definition of it as well. So let me show to you how it should be done. As you can see on the screen, you have the category, the visual information, and activity. You have the rubrics. Fluency, 20%, organization, 30%. Since you have and 5 minutes is given to you as well. So I think everyone is done since you passed it already in the drive. Now let me ask Alvin Escama to present his work on the class. I will be just the one to present his work. For a while. Okay, so this is the work of Alvin. Alvin, can you explain what's on your activity? I mean your work.
Okay, so good afternoon, ma'am. Good afternoon, classmates. This is my output on our activity. So for the category, I have here action and adventure. For the visual information, you can see it there. And for the definition, they involve exciting sequences and obstacles that must be overcome before reaching a goal. For the next one, I have here a poetry. And my visual information is this poem entitled Snow Day. It has taken on numerous forms, but in general, poetry is a genre of literature that has some forms of meter or rhyme with a focus based on syllable counts, musicality, and division of lines. For the third one, I have here for the movie clips, and you can see in the visual information, and it is an excerpt from a longer film or one inserted as a part of another presentation. For the next one, I have here a documentary. It is a documentary film, or documentary is a non-fictional motion picture intended to document reality, primarily for the purposes of instruction, education, or maintaining a historical record. For the next one, I have here news, which is very familiar to us. It is a report of recent events or unknown information. I have good news. We won information or recent events reported in a newspaper or magazines or on a broadcast. So next is comic illustration. So this is a series of adjacent drawn images, usually arranged horizontally, that are designed to be read as a narrative or a chronological sequence. For the next one is a song, which is also very familiar to us. It is a musical piece or the sounds of some animals such as birds. And lastly, I not the last, but next is website. It is a group of World Wide Web pages usually containing hyperlinks to each other and made available online by an individual company, educational institution, government, or organization. For the next is a radio. It is a wireless transmission and reception of electric impulses or signals by means of electromagnetic waves. For the last one, I have here billboard, which is a large outdoor advertising structure. So that ends my presentation now. Thank you. And
Okay, thank you for that, Alvin. You really give us a brief but precise information about the different genres. And I hope that all of you has also an output, which is the same with Alvin. So I think that's all for today, class. Thank you for actively participating on today's fruitful discussion. And I know that you really enjoy and learned something today. So before we end, can we have a photo opportunity, everyone? Kindly turn on your cameras, please. Ayaw na lang. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, smile. Again, thank you everyone. See you on our next meeting. Bye.
Goodbye and
Goodbye
thank
and
you,
thank
ma'am.
you,
Bye and
ma'am.
thank
Thank
you.
you so much, ma'am.